have understood the pattern. But that's why I'm not even tempted to restart. These days, I feel like I am stuck between who I am now and who I'm trying to be. I am in a journey, you see. I'm trying to build a life for myself. I am trying to build a digital business that is going to help me to buy back my time, break free from the paycheck to paycheck cycle, and revisit the things that are important to me. So I am not where I was when I started. However, I feel like I am stuck in limbo somewhere in between where I left and where I'm going, because I haven't gotten there yet. And in my head these days, it's like chaos. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting where the lens is. Sorry about that. I have to remember to look here. So I keep thinking, I keep reading, I keep improving and learning. And each time I learn and grow and map out, I keep remembering this is coming from someone who favors consumption of data and information over execution. And by the way, I'm flipping the switch now and executing more than I'm learning, or at the very least, executing as much as I am learning. And so this is causing me to evolve and grow and reiterate every single day, every single week. I'm thinking, I feel like I'm in this journey, I'm going somewhere, but the direction or the journey, the road keeps changing and evolving. I hope I'm resonating with some of you out there, because I know I'm not the only one in this journey. So you have a North Star, you're looking at the direction that you're going, and you're taking this road to get there. But along the line, you just find out that the path is changing, the direction is changing, or the road, not the direction, the road that you take to get to that North Star, it changes almost on a weekly basis, and it's exhausting. I'm reading these books that are shaping me, that I'm now prioritizing execution of the lessons I learned from these books. And I keep thinking, my head is like, if someone could look into my head now, it's crazy. My path has not changed, my direction has not changed rather, but I think my path is evolving, and the roads and my goals are evolving. And I have to remind myself that I am going somewhere, and it is okay to grow along the way. It is okay to change and evolve along the way. Lately, I've been reading for the second time. You know, I like to quote books that I read. But lately, I've been reading for the second time Fast Lane Millionaire by MJ DeMarco. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'll put a picture. I think now that I'm executing all these things that I've been learning, suddenly everything that I have in my head is being pulled to the front. It's being called up. It's like I'm regurgitating all this information. So all these books I'm rereading, it keeps giving me ideas. It's almost like I see opportunities everywhere these days, and I have to remind myself to keep my eyes on the North Star so I don't pull myself too thin and pursue too many things at the same time. So I'm just like stacking. In fact, I have this file right now. I have this Excel sheet where I keep all my brain dump. Every idea that comes to my head, I have to dump it in there so that I can stay on track and focus. But at the same time, I cannot stop thinking about this future thing that I know that I am not yet ready to build. This direction I know I'm going to go. I'm excited about it, but I know I'm not ready yet. I know I can't do it yet. But it's there, and it's good to look at. It's good to grow and walk towards it and do the thing that I'm doing now, so I can prepare myself for that stage when I get there. So I get it now. I get why people restart at this stage, because this is the stage where you have left where you were before. You haven't gotten where you're going, but you're just faced with a lot of information. You are not really certain 100% where you're going. You think like you are failing, or you think like because nobody's doing exactly what you're doing, you're not sure what path to take. I saw on someone's post just this morning, funny enough, someone said what he needs in his life now is clarity. That he needs to know what to do and how to do it. And I get that. And that is the reason why when people feel this way, they get stuck and then they restart. Because you see these new ideas that are coming to me. I know that is something that I'm going to pursue. I know it's something I'm excited about. But if I don't have that focus, or if I don't keep my eyes on my North Star, it's going to be very easy to restart and say, okay, no, now this is what I want to do. But guess what? When you restart that thing, other ideas will come to you, and then you feel like you just keep restarting. You feel like because you're evolving and growing, which is normal, or because you are failing in your journey, again, normal. I talk a lot about the failures I've had in my journey. Because you're experiencing all these things, because you're not sure exactly 100% of what you're doing, And because you keep having these other directions, you feel like a lot of things are pulling you in 100 different directions. It's very easy to say, one, I'm just gonna start all over again and go back to the drawing board. I can count the number of times I've done that. Or two, you can be like, oh, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. It's just not worth it. I can't even. I'm not even sure of what my next steps are. Not to talk of monetizing what my direction is. How am I gonna do this? I need to go back to my 9 to 5 and go back to the steady paycheck to paycheck cycle. I mean, I get it. Like now more than ever, I get it. Or should I say, now more than ever, I understand the reason why I have always restarted. Because I kid you not, I have done a lot. Do not get me started on Upwork. Do not get me started on learning, paying for copywriting courses and attempting to do it. Do not get me started on tutoring. Do not get me started on French, because I love French. I cannot, if I start naming all these things now, this video will get too long, but I have pursued a lot of things. So I understand now the reason why I kept going back to the drawing board and restarting. Real estate. How did I forget to mention real estate? Oh, I dabbled in real estate as well. So you see, I think it's important for everybody to have a bit of self-reflection. I say that a lot. Have your eyes on your North Star. Keep it there. No matter what comes at you, no matter what ideas you have, no matter how, first of all, no matter how much you don't see the results you're looking for on time, because guess what? Nothing happens overnight. This is not winning the lottery, right? So no matter how much slow you think your journey is, eyes on the North Star. No matter how much new ideas come at you, ask yourself, does this further my journey to my North Star or does it not? So if you find out that the thing that is coming to you, the idea that is coming to you is something that will hinder your progress towards your North Star, then carefully keep it aside. Do not go back to the drawing board. Every time you go back, you're just setting yourself back. Every time you go back, unless you are going back to redefine your North Star, because that is something that can change. If you are changing your North Star, fine. But as long as I'm using the word North Star here, but really it's your desires or your goals or the place you want to be. As long as that has not changed, you should be, what's the word? You should be auditing every idea that comes to you. Is this going to take me forward or backwards? Is this going to stall me? Is this going to hinder my progress or help my progress? That is how you should look at all these things. And remember that the progress does not come overnight. Failure is a part of the process. I don't know how I did not know this before. I have no idea how I did not know this before. But just in case you are like me and you don't know, if you're failing, it's a signal that you're doing something. You can't fail if you don't do anything. If you just sit and be idle, twiddling your thumbs, nothing's going to happen. So you won't fail. You won't win anything because you're not doing anything. But you won't fail. But the success that's going to come in front, the progress that you want to see will happen after you have failed. I mean, there are outliers. I keep saying and repeating this from time to time. There are outliers and people that have overnight successes, but those are exceptions to the rules, and they're not the rules. We are not going to bet our future or our North Star or our desires on the probability that we're going to win the lottery. That's not what this is. If you want to build something, accept that you will fail along the way, and the failure will teach you things that you will use to reiterate your processes to help you move forward better. I am saying this thing, it feels like it's something I read, but I'm literally summarizing my week. I'm literally summarizing my thoughts and how this is where my head is at right now. Ideas will come, things will try to pull me away from my direction, but I have to remember to keep my eyes in front, and I have to remember that stalling is not an option, because two things are true for me at the same time. I want this future. I want to give everything I've got to this future, but at the same time, my present is trying to pull me down. I mean, there's these bills that don't care whether or not you're going somewhere or you're building something. There's bills in the present. There's rent, there's fees, there's feeding, and all that. Those are things that are not going anywhere just because you've decided that you're pursuing a North Star. So when you find yourself stuck in limbo, just remember that this feeling is normal. At least it is for me. I'm trying to embrace it now. It's normal. It's what to do when it happens. That's the important thing. So if you find yourself wondering what you're even doing, wondering why you don't have the motivation to do something, or wondering why what you're doing is not working, wondering why you feel like going back to start all over again, those feelings are valid. It happens. There's nothing wrong with you. This is where my head is at right now. So this is what I've learned this week. I have learned to sit with this feeling of uncertainty, because being uncertain is normal, and it is something that would happen when you are traveling a path that not a lot of people has traveled. I mean, a lot of people are pursuing this thing and pursuing, yes, but I feel like each person's journey is unique in its own way, unless you are just doing exactly what someone else is doing, and I really don't recommend that. If you're doing your own thing, following your own path, then it's very, very likely that, not is very, very likely, no one has done exactly what you're doing, because you are a unique person, and your situation in the home, your situation at your job, your current situation, and your exact situation that you're pursuing is different for everybody. It makes, when you add all these elements together, it creates a very unique situation. So nobody has done exactly to 100% what you're doing. So guess what? Feeling the way you're feeling is normal. And so I have learned this week to embrace and sit with that feeling of uncertainty. Look at all the established people that you admire or that you read about. They figured it out on their own. They learned on the road. They figured things out as they failed and went along the way. That's how it happens. Everybody feels uncertain, and so I'm learning to embrace that and sit with it and let it refine me. I'm having this identity shift now that failure is a part of the road. Uncertainty is part of the road. But I have to learn discipline. Discipline to audit every idea or situations or opportunities that come to me and question whether or not they will further me down along my goals, whether they will further me to achieve my goals or hinder it. Because if you're not certain of where you're going in life, every opportunity, everything, every idea will seem like an opportunity, and then you find yourself dabbling all over the place. So I'm learning to one, sit with this uncertainty and cut through the noise. Look within and reflect. I'm learning and embracing the presence of failure in this journey, because that is how you learn and grow and reiterate. As long as you evaluate what's not working and reiterate on what is working, as long as you go back every day or every week or however frequent it needs to be for your journey, as long as you go back and reevaluate, failure is a welcomed part of the journey. That's another thing I'm learning. So next, I'm going to talk about the reason why I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting because I have understood the pattern. I have understood now that all these things, all this feeling of being stuck in limbo, I'm not where I'm going yet, but I'm not quite where I was before. All this feeling of uncertainty, all these different ideas coming to me left, right, and center and begging me to pursue them. These are all normal things. I have understood the pattern now. And so that's why I'm not quitting, or that's why I'm not even tempted to restart. Also, this thing can be overwhelming if you don't know what to do with these things as they're bubbling up inside of you. It can be overwhelming to say, you know what, F this, I'm not going to do it anymore. This is ridiculous. I just want the stable paycheck and all of that. But the truth is, you have to remember that you don't want to you are trying to restart because you want to feel ready and sure. But guess what? Most people that you're trying to be like, they're not sure exactly. They're not 100% sure. They have a general idea of what they want to do, but they're just doing and learning and failing. There's this influencer I admire. You have no idea. I don't want to mention his name because what I want to say now is not exactly a positive thing. He built a software, and people were raving about it. I even was among the beta users of this software. But guess what? It failed, and he was not afraid to tear it all down and build something else. That's a classic example of what I mean by learning from your mistakes and forging forward. So if you keep waiting to feel ready and feel 100% sure of what you're going to do, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry to say it's not going to happen. Or when it does and you start, you're gonna feel uncertain in the journey because you're going to hit hiccups and roadblocks on the way. So what are you going to do then? You can't keep restarting. You can't keep doing that indefinitely, because if you do that, you will never get where you're going. So we have to keep at it. When the hurdles come, we jump it, or we sit, we think, we strategize on how to surpass or how to overcome those hurdles, and then we jump past them, and then we continue on our way. That's how you achieve anything you want to achieve. I'm also learning this week that this quiet time when there's not a lot of claps or validation externally is the time when who you are as a person is being shaped, or who you are as a person is being formed. Another reason I'm not quitting is because the discomfort of this feeling, this uneasiness that I'm feeling now, is better than the discomfort of remaining where I was before. So it's just like pick your poison. Anywhere you are, you'll be uncomfortable. If you are here now, then it means you were not comfortable where you were before. So how is going back, even if you're feeling uncomfortable now, how is going back to where you were before a solution? It's not. The destination we want to go, our desires, our hopes, our dreams, what we're trying to pursue or achieve is the ideal situation, is what we're trying to achieve, right? So the direction cannot be to go back. Going back is not an option, because this uncertainty and this uneasiness, as uncomfortable as it is better than the feeling of going back to where I started. So that's why I'm not quitting. It's not an option. Going back is not an option. So if you're building something, you're unsure of yourself, you're faltering, you don't know what you're doing, you're considering starting all over again for the 100th time, or you're considering just throwing in the towel and completely quitting, don't. Trust yourself. Trust that you know what you want. Trust that you know what's best for you. When these things happen, cut through the noise. Take a breath, take a minute, look within, reevaluate, and move forward. Keep showing up, keep being consistent, keep putting that thing out there that is going to get you one step closer to your goal every single day. Just keep at it, because these things compound, and one day you will get where you're going. If you're done restarting your life every single month, you'll like it here. Stick around. My name is Tess, and I help aspiring solopreneurs stay consistent long enough to see tangible results in their digital businesses. Thank you for watching.